Ladies, gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of GTA Online Hot Takes, the show where we take your hottest takes and then give my opinions on them. Let's get right into it. The Hyperico heist is arguably just as fun as the casino heist are. Tastes like bullshit. Alright, let's read the copium. The amount of freedom of choice you have to create your own approaches and the methods to complete the heist with instead of just selecting an approach. While long-term consequences that the heist have caused the economy as a whole and the money making, the heist as a whole is really great with all the different approaches and gameplay features. Yes, I too love having the choice between stealth and absolute agony. So much fun. Casino heist is just way more structured and that's what makes it way better than Hyperico. Speaking of heist finales, the Doomsday Act 3 finale is not the hardest heist in the game. Which one is? The Big Con heist? The 200 pumpkin challenge in one day wasn't that hard. No, it wasn't difficult, it was just a grueling unnecessary 4-hour grind that no one wanted to do. There's nothing difficult about it, it's just stupid. For the next GTA Online, they should switch to making DLCs paid rather than creating the economy in such a way where people are inclined to drop money on shark cards. We'd likely get much higher quality this way. Not like this is going to become a reality with the amount of Rockstar makes with microtransactions though. Well, you answered your own question there already. Paid DLCs are the thing of the past, because the thing is with paid DLCs is that you have the crowd who have the paid DLC and you have the crowd who don't want to spend money on something. And now you have them all playing together in one big pool, because guess what? They're making more money than ever by making stuff free to play. And that's a fact. GTA Online has become too bloated for players like me. I played for years now but got bored and only to check in once in a while every time a new DLC comes out. And I feel completely lost and overwhelmed with all the new content. I've played nearly every day since 2014 to around 2021. Yes, GTA Online can feel very bloated or just completely overwhelming with the amount of content that there is in the game, and especially as a new player, I would be inclined to say that you're probably going to struggle with this quite a bit. Especially when you get bombarded to hell with phone calls, pop-ups and a whole lot, and you never have any idea of where you should start and what you should be doing. Luckily, there's YouTubers like me. Go watch my beginner's guide. 3 times money on job payouts, double amount of money on businesses, everything should be raised, more money, give us more. More! I really do wonder if people don't realize that if they were to triple the money and double the money on businesses, all that's going to do is make the other vehicles that are coming out more expensive to balance the economy again. Honestly, I never understood the everything's too expensive, money needs to be earned faster. Hyperico exists. The new stealth jet should not have been added. The last thing this game needs is more off-radar toys for the level 1000 who still creeps cargo. I don't think it really makes much of a difference, considering that the laser and the Hydra are probably going to destroy your cargo quicker than the Raichu would. Yeah, no, I mean, there's plenty of other stuff in the game, and I think 1 or 2 more jets definitely don't make much of a difference at all. Like, I don't think it matters. I'd like Rockstar to raise up the prices of the explosives like the grenade launcher, RPG, etc. Like $20,000 for a rocket or grenade, or even more if that suits people. So it's not easy to make everything explode and then making any other weapon in the game useless. I know that the explosives here are being a lot of help for getting the tier 4 contact missions accomplished, but raising the prices could make it more exclusive and the rewards that we're seeking. So you're trying to tell me that firing 1 rocket should cost as much as completing an entire contact mission? I think the reason why people are using those explosives so much is because they don't want to get rapid fired by an NPC in cover. So that's why explosives are being used as much. Also, they don't affect accuracy, which really helps. But no, this one, I'm not too sure about, champion. $20,000 a rocket? You sure about that one? There's much better ways of rebalancing a game rather than making stuff expensive. Instead of making stuff expensive, you can limit the amount of ammo a rocket or explosive can have to prevent explosive spam from happening. Not making stuff more expensive, because guess what? The Oppressor Mark II is still running rampant and it's $8 million. It doesn't make a difference. When the advanced handling flags came out, there should have been a time when they overhauled all the cars to have them too and probably balance racing and eliminate curb boosting. I think this goes a little deeper than that. When the advanced handling flags came out, they were done very, very poorly. I think nowadays though, with the new cars being released, they're already making progress in that department, and I believe there's even a solution to eliminating curb boosting altogether with one of the handling flags. I believe the owner of NoPixel has mentioned something about that before, because in NoPixel, which is an RP server for those that don't know, have basically completely eliminated any sort of curb boosting whatsoever. So it is possible, but I think at this point it's so integral to the game that I don't think they're going to get rid of it, because I'm pretty sure the backlash for that would be rather significant. So this hot take here basically boils down to that the story heists are much better than the online heist, and I think I would be inclined to agree. Having recently gone through the story mode again and playing those heists, the difference between that and the online heist is so different. But that's because a single player heist is much easier to make like a very big and cinematic experience, whereas with online you kind of have to make it, I guess, playable for multiple players, and have to keep in mind that not everything is as streamlined. It would be cool though in future iterations of heists to like have them a bit more like single player, where they're a bit more cinematic, and like you mentioned as well, with potentially some scripted events that you can hire a gunman and then them dying and you can pick up the money, etc. It's kind of something that they've already done with the casino heist. I guess as close as we're going to be getting to it, with the different crew people you could get based on the weapons you would get and the cuts it would take for it. But I think that's probably the closest we're going to get to it. Though AI in the multiplayer aspect of things, I'm not sure. I guess it would be getting very close to Payday. But it's definitely an interesting idea to maybe make them a bit more like story mode and make them more cinematic. The health system needs to change. In my opinion, remove snacks and replace it with fast regen Saints Row 3 style. It will justify the enemies having rapid fire bugs and on point aim. Change the way body armor works too, to have the blue bar be the durability of the armor, and make it so the body armor reduces how much damage you can take instead of just being another health bar. Yes. I think that the current version of GTA Online basically has everything designed around the fact you can spam snacks and armor, and it's very noticeable too in something like San Andreas Mercenaries missions, where, you know, you're just getting shot to hell and you can just snack up the entire time, which is also probably one of the reasons why the tier 4 challenges challenging you to play the mission on hard mode without using snacks and armor. And I guess when you start doing that, you start to realize how much you actually rely on snacks and armor to stay alive, and how much more difficult the game becomes if you actually don't use snacks and armor. I think for GTA 6, it would be much preferred to just go to a health regen system rather than a spam snacks and armor section, because I think that the game, like I said before, has just relied way too heavily nowadays on those snacks and armor, and I think a 180 away from that stuff would probably be a good thing. This deep into the game though, don't think it's gonna happen, but definitely a next game type of thing.